Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Rodrigo. Rodrigo is the Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian form of Roderick. Roderick comes from the ancient German masculine name Hroderich, which is comprised of the Germanic elements Hrod, fame, and Rick, power. The name Rodrigo was brought to the Iberian Peninsula by way of the conquering Visigoths, a Germanic tribe who displaced the Vandals in the late 5th century AD. A famous name bearer was Rodrigo Díaz de Vivar, more commonly known as El Cid. El Cid was the lord, master of military arts in the 11th century Castilian kingdom during the Moorish occupation of the Iberian Peninsula. He was instrumental in the fight against the Muslim Moors and eventually recaptured the Spanish coastal city of València. After his death, his beautiful wife Jimena would rule the city for a few more years until it once again fell to the Muslims. Another notable bearer was King Rodrigo, the last Visigothic king of Hispania in the 8th century, before the Iberian Peninsula fell to the Moors. The name Rodrigo continues to be ranked high in Spain and Mexico as well as Chile. Personality of the boy named Rodrigo. The number 5 personality loves the excitement of life and can easily adapt to all situations. As natural adventurers, these personalities thrive on the new and unexpected and prefer to be in constant motion. It makes them feel alive. They'll stir up some action if there's not enough around, and as inherent risk takers, they enjoy pushing the envelope. Naturally rebellious, the 5 personality has no fear and never resists change. Traveling and new experiences feed their souls. 5s are very social and attract friends with ease. People love to be around the 5 fun-loving and exciting energy. This is also a lucky number in numerology, like the 3s, so fortune seems to shine on them, helped along by their own optimism and good nature. 5s have a quick wit, a cerebral mind, and are generally very persuasive. Popularity of the boy named Rodrigo. Rodrigo first appeared on the U.S. male naming charts in 1962. The name has increased in popularity for the past 50 years slowly and methodically, particularly as the Latino populations have grown in the U.S. Rodrigo is currently ranked as the 25th most popular boy's name in Mexico, so we were a little surprised to see the name used only sparingly among the Spanish-speaking populations of America. Rodrigo, like Gustavo, is one of those rare examples of Germanic names left over from the Visigoths occupation and eventual assimilation into Hispano-Roman Iberian Peninsula. Many Spanish names, like English names, are taken from the Hebrew Bible and Old Testament, Greek, where they were Latinized and Anglicized. Names of Germanic origin are distinctly different and therefore quite interesting. Instead of telling biblical stories, the Germanic names tell stories of the migration period during which time various Germanic tribes conquered and occupied various parts of Europe. Rodrigo is a name that is part of that story. He tells the story of famous power. Quick facts on Rodrigo. Gender, boy. Origin, Italian. Number of syllables, 3. Ranking popularity, 413. Pronunciation, Rodrigo. Simple meaning, famous power. Characteristics of Rodrigo. Freedom-loving, progressive, easygoing, adaptable, intellectual, adventurous, sensual. Cultural references to the baby name, Rodrigo. Literary characters of the baby name Rodrigo. The Vision of Don Roderick is an 1811 poem by Sir Walter Scott about the last Visigothic king of Spain. Rodrigo's legendary vision. Rodrigo's name was anglicized to Roderick by the Scottish poet. In the poem, the king goes inside a magical chamber where, according to legend, the future will be exposed, but only to the last king of Spain. Amidst his military campaign against the Moors, the king enters the magnificent marble chamber and sees 2 giant bronze statues on either side of the hall. One statue is holding an hourglass which instantly runs out of sand, while the other giant statue hurls a scepter at a far wall which immediately displays a movie-like panorama revealing the future of Spain. It foretells the imminent conquest by the Moors, 8th century, the Spanish Inquisition, 15th century, and the Napoleonic conquest of Portugal, around the time this poem was written, between 1807 and 1814. It also revealed how the British would come to the aid of the Portuguese and help liberate them. The proceeds from the sale of the poem were used to help fund the Portuguese, but also to provide inspiration for a victorious outcome. Popular songs on Rodrigo. Rodrigo, Don Rodrigo, an opera by Alberto Ginastera, an opera by George Frederick Handel. Famous people named Rodrigo. Rodrigo Garca, director, Rodrigo Borja, Pope Alexander VI, King Rodrigo, last Visigothic king of Spain, Rodrigo Díaz de Vivar, aka El Cid, Rodrigo Baldasso de Costa, soccer player known simply as Rodrigo, Rodrigo L.A. superscript 3 Pez, baseball, Rodrigo S.A. with tilde and Shea, Mexican musician.